Hi guys, welcome back to the Gully Cricket Showdown. First of all, a very happy new year. Here's hoping everyone has a great 2025. I'm Pankaj, and with me, as always, Mukul, CTO of Gully Cricket and our in-house cricket expert. Today we'll be talking about the England tour of India, which has 5 T20Is and 3 ODIs. So without wasting any time, let's get into it, Mukul. We saw what happened in India versus Australia series. The first match, India did win, albeit on back of a really good comeback. But what did you make of the series as a whole?
Hello guys. I know it's been quite a long break, but we have been working on some stuff, and that's why, coming directly to the cricket, I think the last video we recorded was in the India-New Zealand series, where
Yes.
I still thought India will win the series. They won't be able to lose it, and then they lost it, and then they got whitewashed, and then after that, in BGT, all kind of things and drama unfolded. Things are kind of going downhill for the Indian cricket at the moment, especially in tests. The white ball cricket is a different format though, and I think they will be solved quickly also because you see all the media hype, the PR, Twitter, social media outrage, and experts and everything. All kind of things are going on. There is a limelight on captain, then Virat Kohli, then Gambhir also, then his support staff also, wives also, even on luggage also.
Yeah.
Everything there is news everywhere. So, but just focusing on the cricket, I think India were not that outplayed. To be honest, I'll be honest with you. If you see the matches, the only difference was like in two matches, the difference was I think Steve Smith's 2 centuries. In one of the matches, Travis had his centuries, and then for India, if you see the other on the other end, what Jaiswal scored in a century, and then KL Rahul and Virat Kohli, that made the difference. So I think and Australia also as a very being a very smart cricket playing nation, what they did in the World Cup also last year, they analyzed the pitch and then they played accordingly. They chose to field first in the game like that, which is a huge pressure game, and they still chose to chase it because of the pitch. I think they kind of did the same thing here also, where they did not give everyone the pitch which you are expecting. So, like in Sydney, the pitch was the spiciest, as they say. But usually, if you see the last, I don't know how many years, there has been mostly draws from India in Sydney when you are, you chasing or whatever. So, and in Perth, especially, you expect the bouncy, spicy pitches, but that pitch was kind of tamed down in second day only, and that's why Indian players scored a lot of runs. So, I think they realized after Perth, especially, that if we give them these kind of pitches, then they will definitely going to win the BGT. Also, not having definitely the batting is something we need to look at. But even if you look at the Australian side also, other than a couple of knocks from Steven Smith and Travis Head, people did not really perform in their end also. So the pitches were not supposed to be a lot batting friendly. I think where India lost it was choosing a better playing 11 and not having a proper bowler, especially someone like Mohammad Shami. I think if Mohammad Shami would have been there, we would have at least drawn the series, if not won it. But well, things are, it's over. So yeah, let's see. Hopefully things will be better from the England tour.
But that has huge implications right now. India requires
Yes.
Sri Lanka to win against Australia to qualify and everything.
I don't think that's gonna chance. Like if I think India does not have a chance anymore. It's like it's a too much calculation, and
Yeah.
then there might be a slight chance. They need Sri Lanka to win, and then Australia there should be some demerit points for slower rate and stuff like that. It will be a miracle if they qualify. So there's no point talking about it. I think Sri Lanka has a much better chance if there is a slower rate from Australia, but being like spinning conditions, like I don't think there will be a penalty or sort like that for Australia. And also, if it was, to be honest, even if you go into controversies, if it was, say, Zimbabwe or even South Africa or some third Bangladesh, then maybe these big teams can do something. And, if you believe in all of that stuff, then they can do something and find some here and there. But like being Australia, it's not easy to knock them off by just pulling your power. So yeah, we should move on from the WTC dream.
So speaking of Mohammad Shami, you mentioned him. He's back after 2023 World Cup. So that's more than a 1 year layoff for him after his injury. But he is back,
Yes.
and hopefully he'll be ready for the Champions Trophy as well. That's going to come pretty soon as well. So sort of a few changes in the squad again. Akshar Patel is going to be the vice captain, although Hardik Pandya has been selected as well. So in his presence, someone else is going to be vice captain and captain as well. So what do you make of all the selections? Nitish Reddy is also going to be playing as well as the second wicket keeper. So he has
Yes.
been in pretty good form as well. So I mean, white ball cricket, I think India is doing fairly well. Test has not been so good for us.
Yes, I think the last series after World Cup, which they played in Sri Lanka, they lost two matches. One was tied up, and
Yeah.
even if you, I think that series no one really cared about because India just won the T20 Cup, and it was a new team, new coach, and
We
players
were
were
we were
there, but
still hungover from
yeah.
the T20 World Cup.
Not in, yeah, they were people were not in. I think players were also not interested because
Yeah,
there were news that we won't be playing, but then Gambhir wanted everybody to play. So yeah, but if you ignore that series also, but in white ball, I think especially in T20 because there was a T20 series in between with Africa and India absolutely hammered them. So T20 is one format where I think our team is good. The next T20 World Cup is in India, so if players are doing good in Indian conditions and they perform in IPL, and if you are picking those players, then we have a better chance. Mohammad Shami obviously is not going to be in a T20 Cup, but I think they've just chosen him to see how he performs in an actual international match. I don't know if he will be playing all the matches.
yeah,
The Gambhir approach in Test also, I think he's more drawn into having all-rounders in the team for some reason. I think that approach can work in a T20,
mm,
but I think the same approach hurt us in Test also. We
mm,
did not play proper bowler. We were playing too many all-rounders. Jadeja was there, Sundar was there,
mm,
Reddy was there. So if you don't trust your batting, then I think you should. I don't know if an extra better all rounder will help us. Like there was no point in playing two spinners in Sydney. So things like that may work in T20. So, but in T20 we have a lot of options. So that's good in a way. So, and having an Akshar Patel as vice captain, I've always said here also, Akshar finally getting his due is great. But I think he's an all format player. He will be
mm.
very good in tests also. I don't know why he's not picked in test matches. Hopefully in coming tours he will be. But yeah, good on him to get a vice captaincy. Definitely means he definitely will play all the matches, which I think he rightly deserves.
Hmm. Now, speaking of picks for the match coming in, I think Sanju Samson has to be the top of the list, as you said, against South Africa. I think he scored around 2 or 3 centuries in alternate matches, so
Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
did pretty well in the last time he played in the
Yes.
T20I. So I think he has to be the top of the pitch player for sure. But what about the England players? Who would you be picking, and what did you make of their squad selection?
I think England has some exciting players like Jacob Bethel, who was also picked in RCB. He's someone to look forward to.
Hmm.
Livingston has always been a dangerous player, but he is somehow is not playing to his potential. But on any given day, he can obviously snatch the match away from you. Same goes for Butler and Salt. And they have also like Jofra Archer is back. Atkinson is someone who's like very good, and obviously Adil Rashid is a very good T20 bowler. So I think England team is pretty solid. Harry Brook was also there. I don't know uh, uh, why they have completely ignored Bairstow and all the Jason Roy has been gone for quite some time, and even Will Jacks. But that's their call. But I think the team is pretty good if you look at T20. They are also trying to build some new players like Rehan Ahmed is there, Overton is there, Sakib Mahmood is there. So they are trying to build a new team also for the future, which is good. So they have a backup option. Jamie Smith is there. So it will be interesting. But I think India has not lost a T20 series against England in so many years. But we have not, no, we have recently been
Yeah,
doing all the things which we have not done in so many years. So
yeah,
who knows?
yeah.
But in T20, I think I trust the team. Yeah,
Especially the series against New Zealand, we hadn't lost
yeah,
in
yeah,
35
yeah,
plus years, and that
yeah,
happened. But
yeah.
yeah,
So
but again, I think the reigning world champions, I think the expectations should be high. So speaking of expectations, what do you think is going to happen in this? Well, at least let's talk about the first match for now, and then we will cover the other matches as well. What are your
yeah.
predictions, and who should you look to take in the team as well? Fantasy team.
I think see these will be high scoring matches. T20
Yeah.
matches should be high scoring. First match is in Kolkata, good high scoring ground, amazing atmosphere for cricket. Like Eden Gardens has
Mm.
always been the now we have new stadiums like Ahmedabad and everything, but previously it was always Eden Gardens and Wankhede. So I think the matches will be high scoring. All the players are red hot, especially in India. Even if you look at England, Butler and
Yeah.
Livingston and Harry Brook and Bethel and everybody, it's a fast-paced game, and that's how it should be. So picks could be. It's very hard to predict, obviously, in T20 games. But like I always say, there is a general rule, especially which applies in T20 matches, that you pick the players who gonna bowl in the death, so that in the last couple of overs everybody tries to slog and you can get a couple of wickets. I don't know if it will favor the team winning or not, obviously, but that's not the concern here. It will give you points. That's the main concern. And then you pick a couple of openers also, because even one opener staying for like 7, 8 overs, 10 overs can do a lot of damage and give you a lot of points, especially in the power play. So like Abhishek Sharma and Sanju Samson, if they stay, they can be very, very, they can really score quick runs and be in 15 like 4 overs.
Yeah.
So that will give you a lot of points. So, like I said, it's very hard to pick, but I think one general rule which I apply to all the matches, regardless of the venue and everything, is pick a death bowler from both sides and pick an opener from both sides. So that's like 4 out of 6
4 out of
players.
6. Yeah.
And then you pick somebody like an Akshar Patel or like a Hardik Pandya, because they will bowl also. And if they get to bat, then they will obviously be very crucial, give you good points. And also the fielders, like don't ignore the catching. Like Sanju Samson is a wicket keeper. He might give you a few points by catching and stumping, run out extracts. So all these things matter in strategies. I've seen a lot of players who I know personally who play and win a lot on our app or other apps, and then you see their teams and this is the strategy kind of they generally follow. So yeah, I think those will be that's a good place to start.
Yeah. And your prediction on who's going to win the match?
Well, it's will obviously favor India. I will favor India, but yeah, you see the second match in Chennai, so
Yeah.
that will be interesting if what kind of pitch they make. But yeah, I think the India T20 series, I think although it's England, which is a very unpredictable team on their day, but I think I'll generally favor India to win the
Yeah.
series. But I don't think it will be a whitewash. I don't think it will be like if 4-1 or 5-0. I think it might be 3-2-ish, something like that, because we don't have our key player. Like Jasprit Bumrah has been an absolute
Yeah.
match winner for us,
Yeah.
and he's not there. So
Yeah.
you can expect him to get a couple of wickets at least, start in the beginning and not give a lot of runs in the death. But I'm counting on Mohammad Shami to come good. He has always been a good pillar support for Bumrah. So let's see how he performs.
Yeah, Bumrah will be out for the ODIs as well, actually, due to back spasm, I was reading. So
Yes,
he's going to be a
Yes.
big miss, but yeah, Shami's back. Yeah, we will be back for the third game. Actually, we will see what happened and how the predictions went as well.
Yeah, the series. How the
So we
series
will be
is
back
settled,
for
yes.
that. But for now, this will be it for us, guys. And again, we'll be back for more matches from the England tour of India. Do like and subscribe if you liked the video, and if the tips were useful to you, do tell us in the comments as well. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yep.